Hi, my name is Shakira Black. I am in Mrs. Rafter Carl's new student experience class, and this is my project on my 5 most common signature themes. My first one is restorative. It says that I love to solve problems and I enjoy the challenge of analyzing the symptoms, identifying what is wrong, and finding the solution. I am that type that enjoys solving problems. I've been told that I should probably consider studying psychology, but my dream major is really criminal justice, which this theme could also be helpful in. When I say solving problems, I don't mean math problems. I mean everyday personal problems in people's lives. My friends would look at me for help on things they aren't sure about or things that they need advice on. I chose this picture on the right hand side over here. It says you're a deep thinker with a knack for problem solving. Every single word in this picture describes me. I am a deep thinker, and it helps me solve the problems that I try to figure out, because thinking makes me impose certain solutions to that problem and connects everything all together as one. My second one is empathy. Now, looking at the picture on the right, it reminds me of myself. That's how I am with almost everyone, whether strangers or people I know. I know that having empathy sometimes, some people might think that you're just feeling sorry for the person. Like, that's not all that it means to be empathetic. I don't only feel sad, feel sorry for you. I can sense the emotion. I can tell what you're feeling, the questions you're asking yourselves. How do you see people? How do you think people are looking at you right now? Just by looking at your face and actions. I put myself in your body to imagine how I would feel if I was in that situation, which also helps me to understand even more what you're going through at the time. My third is analytical. It states that I challenge other people, which is pretty true. I am that type that would say, prove it. Show me why what you are claiming is true. Like, show me evidence. Why do you think that this is true from the other one? Or where did you get your evidence from? How reliable is it? And I want to understand how much the patterns affect one another. Like, how do they combine? How do they connect? How do they lead up to the whole solution? Those are the questions that I like to ask. This is also similar to my first, which was restorative. Because in order to solve problems, I'll find out everything that could help with that, like every detail. And sometimes I spend like 3 days or more just on one problem because I won't stop until I find the solution. And as you can see on the right hand side, there is a picture of the CSI unit doing their job, analyzing the body, trying to figure out what was the cause of death, and that's exactly what my future career is. So having this theme can be really helpful for me. My fourth theme is harmony. It says I look for areas of agreement, and in my view, it is little to be gained from conflict and friction, so I seek to hold them to a minimum. When I know that people around me are holding different views, I try to find the common ground, and that is a good description of me. I am the type of person that sees no reason for arguments and conflicts. Like, I see everyone working together because in doing that, the job gets done quicker. Instead of having conflicts and looking at different views, why not find out what we all agree on and work with that view? And with this, I try to harmonize my friends most of all, so we all can act as one whole. Like, whenever we're trying to plan to go out somewhere, there's always that one person that wants to go to a totally different place, which is probably more expensive or maybe not as fun. So what we do is we all put money so that the others can also get to go to that more expensive place, so we all can have fun. which is harmonizing, basically making the group come together as one so there are no conflicts or problems. And as you can see in the picture, I chose a picture of a group of co-workers working together because I love teamwork. I believe that teamwork will get the job done quicker and it will provide less hatred amongst each other. And last but not least, futuristic. I am very futuristic. I sit and think about how great my future would be if this happened or that happened, and how it would make me feel motivated because mapping it out in my mind makes me want it even more. The quote on the side, "The best way to predict the future is to create it," by Peter Drucker. I chose that because it's actually one of my favorites. It means by creating what you want to achieve in your mind, you will see it and you will work towards it. And you will also know how good it would be to have it in the future, which is a motivation to you because looking at it in your mind, mapping out all the good things that would happen if that particular thing got accomplished, that's a motivation. And it is a motivation for me also. On to my next one. The theme that describes me the best would be restorative. I am all about solving things. I enjoy doing it. It makes me feel like an accomplishment, and by solving things, knowing that I'm helping people, it makes me feel like I can actually change the world, which I still think I can. And this is a big part of my future career, which is a criminal investigator. I anticipate using the futuristic theme in college mostly, because this theme basically it helps you map out your future. You're thinking about what your future has in hold for you, what you're working towards, what you want to achieve, like what standards are you setting to achieve so that you can become the career of your choice. And by using this theme, it will help me in college to make the right decisions, not wasting time, but more of using good time management skills, for example. My other one, which is my most frequent theme, I would say it's empathy. Because every single day of my life, I feel empathy, whether for strangers, for people I know, or for animals, even animals. I just by looking at people, I can tell that if something's wrong, if you're having a bad day, or if you're questioning yourself about something, and sometimes I can even tell you what questions you're asking yourself. I put myself in your shoes to see how I would have felt, and then I think about your personality compared to mine to get the exact question that you're asking yourself. And it also helps when I look at facial expressions because I can read them, which I think is a very good thing for also criminal justice. The theme, analytical, is what surprised me the most because every single word that they use to describe that theme describes me. I've always wanted to put it into words to describe myself as analytical, but I couldn't find them until I read this theme in the Strengths Finder activity. It was not it wasn't surprising because it was wrong. It was surprising because of how true it was. I am exactly what it states, and I enjoy putting pieces of information together to create one big picture. It's just who I am in general. And that wraps up my signature themes, my top 5. I thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you enjoyed it and it gives you a better outlook of who I am and how I think. Again, my name is Shakira Black. Thank you for listening.